from Gold. It's based on the work of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. You ever heard of
Napoleon
it?
Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Bam! Got mine. I had this was mandatory reading for me 5-6 years ago. If you have not read this book yet, you're missing out. This is like the Avatar of the 1800s. Okay, you got to get this book.
Or you can do what I did and go to the library or download an audio version of that book, because I'm a little lazy for reading sometimes.
Me too. I have it on iPod. That's the only way I could get through it. But having the book I got halfway through it, and I had to switch to my iPod as well.
Yeah. So if you go to my website, you can actually download a free copy of Think and Grow Rich. So you get it in a PDF form. So when you have time to goof around on the computer, there you go.
Yeah, it's definitely mandatory reading, just for your mindset for business, and even if you don't own your own business, if you just want more out of your life. You just want to, if your life is kind of one of those things where you're going to work and you're like, I hate my job, I hate my life, you know, the kids are nagging, this is bad, blah, blah. You need to read this book, because you're manifesting exactly what you don't want, because you're concentrating on what you don't want all day long. You need to flip that thinking a little bit. You need to start concentrating on what it is you do want. So one of the exercises I do that's really easy is, if I'm having one of those days, right? Spill my coffee in the morning, did this or whatever, got a bad email, I'm not happy with this, whatever's going on, I'm having one of those days. I start looking at, man, I hate this sucks, oh, I wish it wasn't like this. I start looking at what it is I don't want, and I immediately address it with the opposite of, well, what is it that I do want? If I've got a problem customer, and I'm tired of this kind of a customer, what would be the perfect customer? And I write it down. And any little thing that upsets me, or it's something that I don't want in my life, what is the direct 180-degree opposite of that? What is it I would like to see in my life, or change in my life? And that's basically the teaching behind the Think and Grow Rich. It's very, very to the point about how to manifest the things you do want in your life. And this book is kind of a special book.
Yeah, tell me about the author, because I was looking through your other book and happened to notice that Greg Reed, the author of this book, has the foreword of your book.
Yeah, Greg was a mentor of mine. We all need mentors, and Greg really started me on the right path of changing my thought process. I was caught up in a lot of, God, everybody uses me, and all I do is work for everybody else, I never get it, I'm just miserable, blah, blah, blah. And he just said, man, look at what you're talking about here. You're concentrating on what you don't want. And so he was instrumental in moving me into what it was I do want. And this latest book, 3 Feet from Gold, actually was based on a very simple story. And it's about not giving up. And the premise of 3 Feet from Gold was a guy that had a gold mine, and he just was digging and digging and digging, and he couldn't get any gold out of it, and so he sold it. And basically the new guys that came in, they came in with some modern technology that they could find the gold in the ground. And what they found was one of the largest veins of gold ever discovered. And the guy that had sold the mine to them actually was only 3 feet away from discovering this vein had he kept going and not given up. And so the story is basically a story of not giving up, because you're only 3 feet from gold, and no matter what it is that you do in your life, never give up. It's persistence. You just keep going, because you're always 3 feet from gold until you actually strike gold.
That makes sense. Well, even with like a computer, it's literally 3 feet from you, so we are 3 feet from gold constantly. So I'm looking at your material here, and I'm seeing the Internet Entrepreneur would get me closer to that gold, so that I can actually find the gold versus digging in the wrong spot.
Absolutely. So. Well, this book, The Internet Entrepreneur, I wrote that. This is my first book I ever wrote, and it's a silly little book. It's just basically kind of a roundabout offshoot version of what happened to me in my life. I was one of those red-collar workers. I'd go to work every day, and I just hated my job. I hated the commute. I didn't feel I was appreciated at work. Sound familiar? And so I decided to do something about it. And so this story is loosely based on what happened to me. I just said, well, why don't I just take what I'm already an expert at, build a little website, put it up online. And remember, I started with no list. I didn't have any customers or anything. But what I did was, using that 3 feet from gold analogy, that computer screen was 3 feet in front of me. I built a website, I put a business online, and I started cultivating customers. And I just was doing the same job I was doing for these other knuckleheads for 5 years, and I was keeping 100% of the profits. So that first year I went from zero income to over $100,000. And anybody can do it. It's not some big mystery. Don't let the zeros after that one scare you. Because 100 grand is as easy to make as $10 is. It really is. It's like riding a bike. Once you know how to do it, it's simple. And Bob Proctor said it best, I think, when he said that people don't make $100,000 a year because they want to. They make $100,000 a year because they don't know how to make $100,000 a month. And basically what this little book is about is just how I kind of turned it around. And it applies to everybody, anybody's business and anybody's lifestyle. So simple, easy little read.
Nice. Now, in today's world, you have even more that you're offering to people. Your mom used them as an example and created this home business success kit. So
yeah.
Can you tell us who this is for and how this would apply to my life or someone else's life?
This is for anybody that wants to make an extra $500 to $5,000 a month. And once you learn how to make an easy $500 a month using the tips and techniques and strategies in this kit, you can go on to $5,000 a month and then $10,000 up to $15,000 easily using the same techniques. It just shows you how to build a small business online from scratch, doing whatever it is you like to do, whatever your passion, your expertise is, whether you like to cook or you got grandma's cookie recipe or you invented a little cat toy or you like fly fishing, you make your own lures, whatever it is. You can put it online, you can make money doing it. And this kit also shows you how you can make money online selling no product or service just by using Google AdSense. So,
really?
Talking about 3 feet from gold, the internet is the new gold rush out there, and anybody can figure out how to make money by using this kit in the time it takes to watch Oprah Winfrey. You can be up and running your business. It really is that simple. Like I said, it's like riding a bike. Once you know how to do it, it's easy.
It's great. Well, I'm excited to get started with it. Everybody knows my background. I have an MBA. I spent tons of money on grad school, and apparently for this program is going to give me a PhD in internet marketing that I can do at home and build an income, which is what they don't teach you in school. So this is kind of revolutionizing the way that we're moving forward in business.
Absolutely.
Because more and more people are losing their jobs or they're in career transitions and trying to figure out how they're going to create the life that they want and have their vision board we were just talking about vision boards, and for me, I create a vision board every month so I know what I'm looking for the next month. Mick has a vision board that's his grandiose vision board of what he wants for the long term, what drives him every day. So it's a very powerful tool, and I can see this being a key element to my success in my future.
Absolutely.
So, and I wasn't trying to turn this into any kind of infomercial. I was just sharing with you some really amazing stuff that Mick and I have been discovering about each other, and hope that you all enjoy it.
Yeah, it's really funny that during this whole 2009 downturn, let's call it, this recession, if you want to call it that, there's actually more money out there being made than has ever been on this planet ever before. I mean, there's more money in circulation right now than has ever been there. Part of it's a lot of funny money Obama's thrown out there, but it just is what it is. There's money out there and more of it than we've ever had on the planet before in our lifetime. It's just being spent differently. So you have to figure out how to tap into that supply and get going. And one of the ways you can do it is by adding value to someone else's life. What do you know? What are you passionate about? And you're somewhat an expert. And what makes an expert? You know one thing more than anybody else in the room? Hey, you're an expert. What is it that you could do to provide value to someone's life that would make their life easier, simpler, better, more fun, and get paid for it? And that's what the internet's all about. And that's why we're talking about, you know, giving back a little bit. And this kit is just all my strategies of what I've been doing for the past 10 years online. And I just compiled a book and some audios of all my tips and tricks of how anybody could do it. So if the average person that lost their home in 2009 and hopefully will not lose their home in 2010 had an extra $500 a month, they wouldn't have lost their home. So this is my mission, to get this thing out there to help those people. Just make an easy $500 extra a month and keep you in your home, or make that car payment, or pay down those pills, or maybe, you know, put some more money back into your college fund. So I highly recommend it. You can find this kit at homebusinesssuccesskit.com, or you can email me, you know, directly at mickmoore@cox.net.
Great. Well, those are all fabulous. So.